I had somebody write to me recently and just say, oh, I'm really struggling with like coming up to roundabouts, and I miss my gaps, and or I become really hesitant, or I can't see when to go, and it's really getting in the way of my driving lessons. I don't feel like I can like step forward and stuff. Like, have you got any advice, or have you got a video on that? And my advice, I have got loads of videos on it in my playlist, Roundabouts UK, if you want to find it on YouTube. But my advice to you is this. You know, I don't know you personally, but if you're coming up to a roundabout, like, the things that are going through my mind as a driving instructor is, how do you feel about the person behind, first of all? Are you trying to like drive like and sort of fit in, and you're not actually like skilled enough for that at the moment, so you're like driving way too fast up to hazards because you're like, I just want to be like everyone else now, because like I'm pretending to be like everyone else even though I haven't quite learned the skill for X, Y and Z. So remember that you need to learn driving carefully and methodically, like a little bit like if you were learning a game, a platform game. You'd need to like get the little character to go up onto the platform and go on there, and then go on to the next platform and go on there, and then the next, and you learn how to do it. And then when you're like a legend at it, you can like do it really quickly and go on onto it and just run like Sonic, like through the levels. But like, when you're first learning, it's detrimental to come up to hazards quickly, because let's just say you've got a problem with roundabouts and you're trying to pretend that like you're with like everyone else, and you're going really fast up to the roundabout because you're worried about the person behind. You're not going to be able to see, because it's a pattern. You haven't learnt the pattern of the roundabout yet. You haven't learnt it. It's just a pattern. It's just a moving pattern that you're dealing with, and you haven't learnt it yet. So if you're coming up to it and you don't understand the pattern, you're either going to enter the roundabout at completely the wrong time, and it's going to be really scary. If your accompanying driver doesn't have dual controls, they're either going to be shouting stop at you, or you're going to enter unsafely. Or your driving instructor is going to take control if it's really, really fast, or they're going to be telling you to slow down on approach, and like they're going to be like really guiding you, which is fine. Obviously, it's fine. But when you're coming up, if you want to try and take the reins here, you need the overall speed on approach to be lower, so you can work out the pattern. Where are the cars going? Where are their signals? Not only are you looking at this pattern, that you're also dealing with human behavior. Have they forgotten to signal? Are they driving too fast? Have they missed their turn and they're going the wrong way? Things that you can do to protect yourself from all of that is to come up slower, so you can see the pattern, that you've got time to look for human error, that you can do a double check as you enter to see if you need to do any sharp stopping if somebody's made a mistake and they're not signaling, or they've chosen the wrong exit. So speed on approach to these hazards is really, really important. There's loads of different reasons why a student will come up to a roundabout too quickly, but that one leapt to the top of my mind when I was talking about fear of the person behind. It could be that they just don't know how to slow down properly. They literally don't know how to come off the gas onto the brake if they're dealing with a geared car and changing down to second. The actual process of that, off gas onto brake, clutch down, braking, down into second. There's a lot to do. Using the MSPSL routine, mirrors, signal, position, speed by brake, speed by gear, look. And speed by brake, speed by gear is all going to be wound up into like one thing. So it's going to be practice learning on small roundabouts in kind of calmer places first, before going on to larger roundabouts, which will scare the living daylights out of you if it's too early, or you'll become so hesitant that you're going to get beeped and stuff like that. Learning the pattern at a roundabout is really important. You can watch videos. Guys, you could camp out near a roundabout and have a picnic there with your mates, watch the roundabout. Yeah, I took a drone video of it once, so you can watch it from up high. You can watch that video if you want, just to learn the pattern. You could just sneakily watch it when you're near you're getting picked up by someone, and you could basically watch the pattern, watch YouTube videos, watch TikTok videos of the pattern. So yeah, it's speed on approach. Have a look at this little drawn picture just for a sec. Okay, so like, yeah, if you're coming up to this roundabout, let's just say you're coming up like super unbelievably quickly, you're never going to be able to work that out. If you're bombing it up, you've got multiple things to look out for. I mean, I've just drawn a basic 4 exit roundabout here, right? Or 4 entrance roundabout, however you want to word it, right? So, you know, I mean, it could be even more complicated than this, but you've got so much to concentrate on. So if you're bombing it up, you haven't got very much time to see if the person on the right is just turning left. You haven't got very much time to see if the person opposite of you has got no signal on, or if they are signalling to turn right. You haven't got much time to notice that if somebody's on the roundabout, whether they're going to be coming out with either an exit signal or looking at their wheels to see if they're coming out. You haven't got very much time to notice if somebody coming from here has got no signal on, but then is lying to you, and they're actually going there with no signal. You haven't got much time. So if you're bombing it up there, what's likely to happen is you'll go into panic mode on approach. You may even be in the wrong gear because you just haven't slowed down and prepared for this situation at all. And you might either go in, like I said, at completely the wrong time, where your accompanying driver will either be like saying, stop, 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 or your instructor will be slowing you down or telling you to slow down on approach because they can just feel that it's too fast, or you'll come up, panic and stop like that. And that could be dangerous for the person behind, because if they're following you and going, oh, this person really knows what they're doing, brilliant, I'll just follow them with the same amount of confidence as they've got, and the person behind, you know, they're following you with all that beautiful speed that they think that you, because of your confidence, and they're like, oh yeah, this person's properly knowing what they're doing, and then you emergency stop and they just go straight into the back of you because you didn't show them that you were unaware of what was going on at the roundabout. You just came up and then just emergency stops like that, and you get a car just straight into the back of you like that. So it's safer for you to approach slower. So let's just pretend that this line is you going really fast up to it and then panicking, stopping, and then looking for your gap at the roundabout, right? And then they go like round like that, yeah? So panic, stop, and then go. But let's just say that whole thing, just for the sake of this video, let's just say that took 10 seconds. Going up really fast, stopping, don't know what's going on, finally find a gap and going. Let's just say it took 10 seconds. Let's just slow it down and just say that we didn't need to stop. Let's just say that you came up way more gently, braking, clutch down, second gear. Oh, there's a time to go. Fantastic. Off you go. Yeah, maybe the whole thing took 7 seconds because you went slower, saw that you could go, saw that you worked it all out, and then went. Yeah, maybe having the slower approach can actually reduce the entire time down. Instead of bombing it up and thinking that you need to go really slow, fast, and then stopping there, maybe having a slower approach will make you see the roundabout, make you work out what's going on, human behavior on top of the actual like process of learning the actual pattern of how it works, and then you can go like that. So I strongly suggest, yeah, that you take it slower on approach. So you learn the pattern, see human behavior, you know, double check your safety before you go. So slower approach, guys, to make it more likely that you could go without stopping if there's a gap, or to see what's going on. I really do strongly suggest. All right, guys.